Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers coach sends strong message on LeBron James after blowout loss. The Los Angeles Lakers are 4-4 for the season, which is unacceptable in the eyes of many Lakers fans and players alike. The teams fell to the Detroit Pistons on Monday, November 4th, in Detroit, and they also lost to the Memphis Grizzlies on Wednesday, November 6th, so it's been a frustrating week for Los Angeles. Following the Grizzlies' loss, Lakers head coach J.J. Redick had a lot to say about the loss and star player LeBron James. The Lakers certainly can't put the blame for the Grizzlies' loss on James. He scored 39 points for the night, made 6 threes, and played with passion. The team looked motivated on the court, too, but they just weren't getting buckets. The final score was 131-114, so it wasn't even really close. In a post-game press conference, Redick told the world that he felt James put on an incredible performance. "I think LeBron was fantastic tonight," he said. "Biggest thing that stood out. I had no idea he'd hit 39 points until after. I'm not looking at the box scores during the game. But he played hard. Almost 40 years old and played the hardest on our team. It says a lot about him." In general, though, when it came to the team's performance, none of us are satisfied with the effort, Redick said. During the third quarter, Redick benched point guard D'Angelo Russel. He talked about that decision post-game. "Just level of compete, attention to detail, some of the things we've talked with him about for a couple of weeks," Redick said. "And at times he's been really good with that stuff. And other times, it's just reverting back to certain habits. But it wasn't like a punishment. It just felt for us to have a chance to win this game, that was the route we wanted to take." Also speaking post-game, James talked about what he said to the team following the loss. He talked about the Lakers needing to sustain energy and effort going forward. "At the end of the day, especially when you lose bodies, you got to compete. You got to compete even harder," James said. "You got to be out there giving it everything that you got and on both ends. I think there were times that we did that, but the majority of the time, I don't think we sustained energy and effort." As for losing bodies, James was referring to the fact the team was shorthanded on Wednesday. Anthony Davis was out with a heel contusion, which he got Monday in Detroit, and Rui Hachimura was out due to an illness. James added, "We got to compete, and we got to defend. We gave up 50% shooting, and they shot the 3-ball well. They got into the paint. They got offensive rebounds. They got second chance points. And they had some transition points, as well. So, it wasn't too much of the offense, even though we didn't shoot the ball well. We got to do a better job of that. But defense, we got to hang our hat on that too." 3 trades the Lakers could make with D'Angelo Russel. Before we even begin, yes, I know this is an article about a D'Angelo Russel trade in November. A good chunk of the league can't even be traded until December 15th if they signed as a free agent this summer. However, given J.J. Redick's comments about Russell following the team's loss to the Grizzlies, it definitely feels like the Lakers are set for another season with DLO trade rumors. So, here we go again. The difference between this season and last is that Russell is an expiring contract, which should give him more value. However, the more restrictive CBA with the first and second apron makes it harder to work out a deal. For example, the Lakers were reportedly interested in Brook Lopez during the summer. However, because Milwaukee is a second apron team, trades must be a 1-for-1 match, which is basically impossible, and the Bucks cannot aggregate players in a trade. Basically, they're screwed. And the Lakers, nor really any other team, can take advantage of it without taking on more moan in the deal. The Lakers also can't do that because they're right up against the second apron themselves. Got all that? If not, join the crowd. If so, let's dive into some trades. Lakers get Dorian Finney-Smith. Nets get D'Angelo Russell, Jalen Hood-Schifino, 2029 first-round pick. Could you imagine the Lakers trading D'Angelo Russell to the Nets? And in a deal that gives them more cap room? Dorian Finney-Smith has been a player the Lakers have been linked to for a couple of seasons now. Is this the season they finally pull the trigger? The Nets were reportedly one of the teams that has had interest in JHS. Adding Russell is more salary ballast than anything. It also clears up their salary cap future as a rebuilding team, with DFS holding a player option for the 2025-26 season. Even then, this deal saves the Lakers nearly $7 million on this year's payroll, giving them the cushion to waive and sign players to restructure their roster further. Lakers get Jordan Clarkson, Walker Kessler. Jazz get D'Angelo Russell, Jalen Hood-Schifino, 2029 first-round pick, 2031 first-round pick. One of the other names linked to the Lakers is Walker Kessler, who much of the league is interested in. The hold-up for most of the trade talks has been the asking price from the Jazz. 2 first-round picks is a lot of equity to part with. For the Lakers, it would signify the final significant move of the LeBron James-Anthony Davis era. But it would also be a move for the future. Kessler is just 23 years old and, on paper, is a great fit alongside AD moving forward. Getting Clarkson back would help the Lakers' bench scoring woes. Granted, if the team is trading its starting point guard, they probably should be looking for one in return, but Clarkson is one of the best sixth men in the NBA and the Lakers have no bench. Lakers get Jeremy Grant, Dope-Reith. Trailblazers get D'Angelo Russell, Gabe Vincent, Maxwell Lewis, 2029 first-round pick. Of all the players linked to the Lakers in recent seasons, Jeremy Grant has felt like the one who comes up most often. His links to the Lakers date back to his time with the Nuggets and through his time in Detroit, but has been loudest now that he's on the Blazers. One of my holdups in a Grant trade has been that I don't think he's a better player than Rui Hachimura. Is there a way to trade for him while keeping Rui? Unlikely, but that's the route I aim for first. The second holdup has been the asking price for Portland. Grant is not worth multiple first-round picks, and I'm not sure I'd comfortably give up one first-round pick unless it's in the right deal. If you can keep Rui, I think you can part with a first-rounder. Getting one of the centers back from the Blazers would be imperative, too. While Robert Williams III is a name lots of fans like, his huge contract makes it hard to find a trade. This Lakers-Nets trade could provide a point guard spark for J.J. Redick's offense. The Los Angeles Lakers started strong under new head coach J.J. Redick, but a loss to the lowly Pistons on Monday has fans second-guessing what is real and what is not. Redick has cooked up some inventive offensive sets, but the Lakers' defense is struggling and depth is a point of concern. As expected, the weakest link in an otherwise solid starting five is D'Angelo Russell, who is averaging 12.0 points and 6.1 assists on .382/.302/.933 splits. Those shooting numbers will perk back up eventually, but Russell is a disengaged defender whose tendency to run hot or cold has doomed Los Angeles countless times in the past. It's beyond time for Los Angeles to dump his expiring $18.7 million contract. That is a valuable salary chip in trades, and the Lakers, for all the hype around Redick and this new offense, desperately need to add more bankable talent around Anthony Davis and LeBron James. We are starting to see the warts of this roster, and Russell presents the clearest path to a significant upgrade. Most of the realistic third-star trades are out the window at this point. The Lakers will need to think smaller, perhaps simply swapping Russell for a better point guard to help shoulder the primary offensive burden. Russell's off-ball shooting is a nifty weapon in Redick's arsenal, but the Lakers would benefit from a more dependable on-ball generator. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of D'Angelo Russell? Leave your opinion in the comments.